So what about our young dentists who choose to go into a residency program, a specialty program? Should they be paying their student loans back as a resident?
So this is a tough one because, again, this goes back to what is going on with the individual and what's happening in their life at that time. So as a resident, financially, it would help save money and interest if they were to make payments on the loans while they're a resident. Now, we also have to balance it. Now they are making money and they're no longer living off student loans. So they may, even though they're making money, they may feel like they have less money and they have to pay for the food and gas and other things and lifestyle. So oftentimes it may make sense for residents to defer, even though it may negatively impact the financial balance sheet long term because they'll be paying interest the whole time. So again, this is a tough one to answer. It's dependent upon everyone's individual situations. And I would recommend speaking with someone to help you figure out how much you should be paying and if you should be paying while you're a resident, because it really depends. I would say it's more important to be able to maintain a lifestyle that you can maintain sanity and be the best resident you possibly can, than maybe save a couple $1,000s in interest long term. The one thing I would like to add, David, is that while it may cost you thousands of dollars in interest by not paying any of the interest back while you're a student or a resident, I don't think it's going to matter 30 to 40 years down the road. If they do a good job and they have $5 to $10 million of retirement, they're not going to go back and go, oh, I wish I would have paid that interest back as a resident.
Yeah, true story. So I'm going to chase a little bit of the squirrel, but it's kind of related here. With that, and talking about like having a lifestyle that's conducive, where you don't feel like you're strapped and too stressed as a resident, a lot of people, not in our circle, which is why I'm bringing it up, would talk about the very first money you should save is your emergency fund. You believe that to be true?
Absolutely. The pay yourself analogy, yes. The amount of money that we believe in a few different priorities and philosophies. So one, it's protection and savings first and foremost. So before residents, new practitioners, and even students for that matter, are going out there and paying down their student loans, I have a lot of people talking to me about, well, should I do a Roth IRA before I start making the big bucks because I won't be able to do it then? The answer is maybe. Maybe you should do those things if you have the other priorities set up first, and that's having an adequate amount of savings set up in your bank account, emergency accounts, protection. So you would want to have umbrella policies, if you have children, wills and trusts and power of attorneys, life insurances, and what I feel to be most critically important is high quality individual disability insurance to protect their income, because without anything else, nothing else matters. So they should have all those things in force first, and then if they still have extra money left over, then that's when they go to the student loans. Because again, it doesn't matter how good your student loan strategy is. If you have no income, if you get sued, if something happens, you get in a car wreck, it doesn't matter. Protect yourself and your family first, save, and then go after those other things like paying down debt, investing, etc.
That's really great advice. And I'm going to say this for Brandon because he'd never say it himself. Great financial advisors, strategists are going to look out for your best interest. They know that you are your own best investment. And just like Brandon said, protecting yourself and your family, number one. Paying your student loans, investments, number two. So I had to do it.
Yep. Nope.
It's so critical because we have so many people who come in front of us and everybody's trying to make a living, and I get it, but you have to protect yourself first.
Now, priorities are very important. You want to protect yourself, protect your income, protect your family, and then everything else comes secondarily.
I like it.